This bend in the river is home to the inventor of the 8th wonder of the world. Revolutionizing food production, this inventive process heated and exploded grains, shooting them from guns to create puffed cereals.
From the guns, the famous Quaker guns, comes Quaker puffed wheat, nature's energy food, made delicious. In the world-famous gun room, Quaker takes nature's energy food, durum wheat, and to develop all its flavors, shoots it from guns. Out it comes, wheat blown up 15 times its size, wheat turned into little puffs of pleasure. In this age of artificially processed foods, it's nice to know there's a naturally delicious cereal left. Quaker puffed wheat, shot from guns.
Alexander Pierce Anderson was born in 1862 in the log house his father built in Featherstone Township outside of Red Wing. As well as a famous inventor, Alexander, or AP, was also a talented writer. About his youth, AP wrote,
"When I was 10, my father seeded wheat by hand out there on the old farm. With a team of horses, I dragged the grain in. Over my head in April and May, thousands and thousands of passenger pigeons flew northwestward. They were on their way to the big woods to build their nests. Out of the millions, billions of passenger pigeons that had migrated north each spring for thousands of years, not one now remains. Not one in the whole world. The last one died in 1914.
Here now to read a poem written by A.P. Anderson is his grandson, Robert Hadeen.
The passenger pigeon. Spring once more. It was May. Hiding in the woods just two, the last of their race. They knew the way, but knew not what to do. So they must fly on and on. Day and night, night and day they flew. At last needed rest in a tree in which they could be safe that night. Morning came, someone saw them there, someone who did not care. One he took of this last pair. A fall echoed over the world. Now one remained, just one. Now it too is gone.
As a graduate student at the University of Minnesota, Alexander developed his doctoral thesis around better ways to break up starch granules for quicker and more effective digestion. His research led him to experiments in Germany, in which they were expanding rice grains through intense heat.
Im Kern jeder dieser Reiskornzellen befindet sich eine geringe Menge kondensierten Wassers. Wenn die Hitze nun dieses Wasser verdampfen lässt,
in the central nucleus of each of these millions of rice starch cells are minuscule amounts of freely condensed water. Und when the heat turns the water to steam, it reaches its breaking point, and pow! It explodes.
Yes, Professor, what if we sealed the ends of the test tubes for a more uniform explosion?
It is very intriguing, Mr. Anderson, but also very dangerous. The pressure would certainly be immense. I do not suggest you do this.
AP decided to try the experiment anyway.
achieving a consistent explosion with a sealed, protected test tube chamber, heating it for 58 minutes. No, 59. Very, very hot now. The grain has exploded itself into a puffed mass. As good a puffed rice as was ever puffed anywhere.
6 years later, Anderson was a professor at Columbia University and doing research at the New York Botanical Garden. In December 1901, still intrigued with the cooking of starch granules, AP experimented by putting 6 tubes filled with corn and wheat starch in a 500-degree oven for 10 minutes.
Then, I take them out of the chamber one by one, and before they cool, crack them with a hammer. And there it is. The starches have exploded, expanding 10 times their normal volume. That's amazing. So disruptive was the blast that no starch granules remained. In their place was a porous, puffed mass, white as snow. Now, like the hammer, I need to create a consistent force without blowing it up or burning it. Consistent, controlled explosion. Like a gun. Yes, the gun's chamber has a measured explosion, but the gun is too small. A rifle. No, a cannon. Yes, a cannon. Now there we've got huge, consistent explosions.
Further experiments led to the development of A.P. Anderson's patented retort gun, which sparked commercial interest in his puffing processes. At the 1904 St. Louis World's Fair, Anderson's partner, the Young Quaker Oats Company, used real cannons on site to produce the 8th wonder of the world. This food shot from guns was a must-see attraction at the fair, and it sold out every day.
Here you go, Mr. President.
Well, thank you, Mr. Anderson. I appreciate you saving this bag for me. This is delicious. This puffed rice, I think you have something here. But I don't know if I like it better sweetened or with butter and salt. Say, aren't those the cannons we used at San Juan Hill?
I don't know, they very well may be, Mr. President. And thank you for the words of encouragement, sir.
Bullet! Bullet!
Over the next 30 years and 15,000 experiments, A.P. Anderson was awarded 40 patents about puffing and other food processes. Anderson also firmly believed that science, the fine arts, and humanities all share a common ground. On the edge of Red Wing, he built a junction of that common ground, calling it Tower View. Still serving the Red Wing community today, Tower View has become the Anderson Center for Interdisciplinary Studies. The Anderson Center is the largest artist residency community in Minnesota.